Hey guys, Romie here, so please like, comment, subscribe. This is, of course, my review for Love and Hip Hop Atlantis Season 6, Episode 10, Up in Flames. So the episode starts off with Joseline. She had the baby, and now she's talking with Melissa and Jessica Dime Piece. Because remember, they're the only two people that are actually going to record with her, aside from Lovely Mimi. And the reason why Lovely Mimi wasn't there was because guess who they're partially talking about? Yeah, Lovely Mimi! And it happened because Dime was talking about how she went to Tommy's wine tasting, which again, it's just the reason why I have such a hard time getting that out is because I'm thinking she's the last person that should be doing. We already know. Well, she's there because remember now that Dime is trying to be cool with everyone. Tommy's like, "Oh, so you're cool with Joseline? Drink throw in your face." And of course, Lovely Mimi was the one that put that information out there. Now Melissa goes and says, "Yeah, I had an issue with Lovely Mimi. Well, Lovely Mimi got in the way as well when they were trying to confront Tommy." When I say they, Melissa, Cena, along with, it just sounds so stupid. Like Carly, really? Carly throwing the bracelet at Tommy. Now, guys, you have to remember that Tommy was on parole. She was on parole. She couldn't get in trouble. So that's the only reason why Tommy didn't get into a fight. Because I told you about what actually happened where Tommy did go and try and fight Carly. But security made sure she didn't touch her. And that's why Lovely Mimi was going off. Because there's a couple other things that happened as well that we just didn't see. But Joseline's telling them how she has great news. She's going on the reel. And that she's just moving above it. CJ, he's in Bonnie Bella's life. It's great. And it's interesting because Joseline still wants to do this kumbaya type of situation. So they may go and meet up with Carly because Carly is friends with, I keep wanting to call her Cardi because that's the only, anyway, as we know, Jessica Dime is friends with Carly, and that's that. So she'll make it happen. Melissa wants to be the fixer, so let her go and try and be the fixer. Carly has to sit down with Jock. Why? Because she's hurt. She's hurt. How could he? This dude who is like, we weren't in a committed relationship. We weren't. But it's all about honesty. It's all about trust. And without that, a relationship can't flourish. It can't flourish. It can't. No. It cannot. I said, now, wait a minute. This dude has repeatedly done some mess. This dude that you felt like, wait a minute, why is he so upset that his baby mama is potentially with some other dude? This dude that has lied. You who yourself have lied, all this stuff. Now you want something new. He's telling you that's great. That's why she's saying, you're the only person that knows me. You're the only person that knows me. He said, look, Carly, I'm in this treehouse. Look, I didn't have time for all this. I just got out of bed like 10 minutes ago, and I'm over this. I'm only talking to you because we cool. I have your back. No, I just want someone there for me that has my back. I said, wait a minute. He just acknowledged that, yeah, I figured that Tommy was just, I didn't sleep with Tommy. It was just because of that she was there. There was an opportunity. So I took it. Nothing happened. So now I moved on. And that's that. I said, that's not that. Because I know it's going to be something else. But Carly wants something. But she doesn't want to put in the work. He said, look, us being in a relationship, a committed relationship, that possibly could have happened. But you're crazy. Like, you're actually crazy. You're actually cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And I don't understand why you don't see that. I don't understand why you don't see that for yourself. Instead, we have this conundrum of, ooh, Crimea River is coming down her face and like this mud mask because of the mascara, and I just don't see it. I just don't understand it. So he says, you know what? You need to dial down the crazy, and maybe I'll try to pretend to, be less of a dude. I said, wait, what? Excuse me? I'm a dude. Don't use that term loosely. Oh, Rashida. So Rashida has to go and talk to Mama Charlene because she doesn't understand why her mama would go and put all that information out there. Her mother said, I don't care if she's mad at me. I don't care if she's mad at Mama D. At the end of the day, the dude is a creep. The dude needs to go, and I need him to take the paternity test. What's going on in your relationship? Oh, we're not. I don't know about the divorce yet. It's on the table. I haven't executed. I haven't gone ahead with it. She said, that's great and all, but here's what you need to know. Mama D told me that Scrappy said to her that he heard from Kirk that you guys haven't slept together in like 10 months and all this other stuff. She said, well, regardless of if that was the case or not, that he shouldn't have. I completely agree. It doesn't matter if it was even 1 year. That doesn't make a difference. And I couldn't believe, well, yes, I could. We had, I felt bad because, yeah, Mama Charlene looking at her daughter like, you need to just go and cut it. You need to cut this relationship. This relationship needs to be done and over with sooner rather than later. But then Rashida, it's like, I was starting to think, what did I do? And she said, wait a minute, I'm smarter than this. I didn't do anything. He's the one that was wrong. He was the one that was wrong. I said, yeah, that's right. It doesn't matter if he felt a certain way about your actual relationship, your actual marriage, then fine. Tell you about it. Not go and wait 10 months and be like, okay. So this isn't working out too well. Just going to do my own thing. No. Speaking again of lovely Mimi, again, a little bit more of a toned down look. So I said, oh, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. And it wasn't extra. No, we didn't have that. We didn't have that. So I said, okay, the scene's already better. I said, dang, I wish the look that she had in that scene with Tommy was her look in the confessional, because I'm like, I like this more natural-esque look better. But Tommy needs to go and say, I appreciate the fact that someone had my back when all that stuff with Carly. And Lovely Me said, yeah. And Lovely Me is still overall friends with Joseline. She said, being the mother is different. So do you think you and Joseline will be cool again? She said, excuse me. I don't want to spurn everyone that I know, so I'm not going to go off on her. But she needs to know that Joseline and I can't be friends. Maybe if she dropped the open case against me, then it would be a different story. But this woman, helped me go to jail again to keep my record of going to jail every single year ever since I was 14. So I can't no, that's not going to work. But it's pretty messed up because KK, Karen King, she invited my mother, knowing that we weren't on equal footing right now. And it irritated me because I told her to stay out of it. She didn't stay out of it. And it's too much. So you think you're going to go and try and work it out with your mom? No, look, that's already done. Okay, well, I just need you to know that I see you, you beautiful person inside now, and even though you're crazy, you're not a bad person. You have issues. We all have issues. She's like, thank you. I really need to hear that right now. I said, oh, Tommy. I feel bad for Tommy because Tommy's has a lot going on inside. So Karen continues trying to go and mend the fences between Tommy and Samantha. That's Tommy's mom. And something is just slightly off with Samantha. I don't know if it was because she's not drunk, but I think she probably is the issue of she's been consistently drinking all of her life to a point where now she just comes off as a little slurish, even though she's not. And KK had to learn, no, look, you have an alcohol problem, the same as your daughter. You have other emotional issues, but you both have alcohol problems. The fact that you're both living in this fantasy world of, we don't have any problems, we don't have any problems. And she's crying. I felt bad because I just had this look of, oh my God, she can't be someone's mother right now. She needs to go and get herself together. She can't be someone's mom when she has all these issues. She can't. And it makes sense. Again, it reinforces why Tommy is the way Tommy is, because her mom, ever since she was young, also had her kids young. And that's okay as long as, mentally you're on solid footing. But she got into trouble ever since she was a teen, and she's had a record, had a hard time getting jobs, did whatever she needed to do, and she thought she was being a good mother, but being a good mother is also understanding you need to put in some self-work. And KK is just trying to tell her that maybe you need to see a therapist, maybe you and your daughter need to see a therapist. You both have issues, and you have similar issues. You're basically the same person. You're basically the same person. So that's why this is not making sense, why you're not trying to put in the work. So this is like, but it looks like KK is going to try and get them together. Melissa goes over to Carly Red's new place. And when I say new place, I mean new place of business. She has another shop open. She moved locations. And Carly's just like, oh, hey. So about Joseline. Oh, what? Here's the thing. Melissa is tasked of trying to get Carly and Joseline together so they can have a conversation. Carly said, excuse me, did you forget about this woman who's trying to blackmail me and say that she has some information on me that we never heard of? This woman who went and hit me with some flowers. This woman who essentially did everything she possibly could to go and disparage my name. Oh, yeah, I know, but... And she's like, Joseline's a mother now. She's really different. I said, okay, we'll see how this goes. Carly wasn't happy about it, but she said, you know what, Joseline and I were friends. Because Carly, regardless of how some people feel, she had Joseline's back. She had Joseline's back. She did. She did. You have to give it to her. She did. Karen, she's now at her place, and she's having to set up. I said, wait a minute, Karen. Is this really your place, or is this the place that you're saying is your place for the season? Because there was nothing there. There's nothing there. I said, this place looks like it was just rented for the sake of doing the scene, which is perfectly fine, because I looked around, I said, there's nothing here. This is a stock apartment. This is a stock apartment. Like, stop playing around. Stop playing around on us. Stop insulting our intelligence. Oh, but here's the issue. Karen really tries to mediate a conversation between Samantha and Tommy. Tommy's there like, okay, I'm open, whatever, let's go. Samantha's saying, look, regardless of what type of mother I was, because I know I was a good mother, you were a handful. You were a lot to handle. You were doing too much from a young age. She said, I did so much for you, even though I didn't have a record, so I couldn't go and get a regular job. So I had to do whatever. I said, ooh, that could mean a lot. That could be selling some stuff, selling her stuff. I don't know. And I'm not going to put words in her mouth, but I'm sure she had to do some stuff to take care of the household as far as financially providing. But Tommy's just like, you weren't there. We never had a good relationship. We never had a traditional mother-daughter relationship. We never hugged. I can count the amount of times that you hugged me, which were less than 5. Ever. Period. You say you love me. That's great and all. But the thing is, I don't like you. I don't trust you. And Samantha didn't like the direction that it was going because Karen was trying to mediate it. And Samantha was like, wait a minute. So here's the thing. You say you don't need me. But what about when you have boyfriend problems? Tommy said, excuse me? I don't have boyfriend problems. I don't have boyfriend problems. I keep telling you. I don't have problems. I don't need you. I definitely don't need you. No, I'm done with this situation. I'm done with this conversation. Why are we even here? Like, I keep trying to tell you, Karen, why are you going to mediate stuff? Why are you trying to go and get her to come over here in my space? I don't like you. I don't know you. Yes, I love you, but that's it. There's a difference. I don't like you and I don't know you, which means I don't trust you. So then she goes and leaves. Karen goes outside with her to calm her down, and then she comes back in here, and the conversation isn't going any better. Samantha was just like, you know, I'm sorry, but I don't know how to raise you. I mean, you were constantly getting in trouble. So, true or not, you put the one who put me in jail the first time. Juvie, were you the one who signed off on me going to juvie the first time? Yes. Yeah, so that's why I wasn't home afterwards. So that was the main linchpin. You were so unruly. I didn't know what to do with you. I didn't know how to handle you. Well, first of all, you didn't even talk to me, so of course you didn't know me. So how would you know how to handle me? I said, that's true. That's true. And some parents do go and will put their kids in jail or do something drastic, snap them out of it. But the thing is, you still have to be a parent so that child knows why you did it and see at least feel like they know where you're coming from and feel like, okay, we're going to work together so that you don't go and entertain this BS anymore. But that didn't happen. That didn't happen because that foundation was rocky from the start. Tommy's like, oh, okay, my mother set me up, so now she just has it in her mind for the rest of her life. You set me up time and time again. I rely on you. This happens. I rely on you. That happens. You know what? I'm done. I love you, but I don't like you. I don't really know you, which means I don't trust you, so I can't be around you. So it's great. Mwah, smooches. I'm going. And her mother was just like, well, so don't call me for no boyfriend problems. Listen, you are too immature. That is your daughter that you're trying to have a relationship with, and you're acting like that. Yeah, both of you really do need to go to therapy. And Joseline, remember, snapback was quick for her, but she was also working it out throughout her pregnancy, so it wasn't much of a surprise. She's there. Stevie J comes. She has a banana to entice Stevie. without really enticing him. She tells him that she's going away for a moment because she's going to Rio. Of course, she can't take her daughter, so her sister's coming. And CJ said, well, she can come to the house. She can stay with me. How can she stay with you? You don't know how to take care of baby. It's been a while, but I'll have help. He'll have his daughters there, his other daughters, minus Eva. And the thing is, Jocelyn's just like, wait a minute. But your daughters don't like me. I understand, because if their father's having issues with his girlfriend or whatever, then they're going to choose their father's side. That's only partially true. Let's stop skating around like you're not the type to go and blow up on some people real quick, at least in the past. And also, those lies regarding Eva. Come on now, Jocelyn. Why do you keep skating around that? Why are you trying to do that so that legally you don't implicate yourself? Maybe that's why she's not bringing that up. Because I feel like that's the big elephant in the room. That is the elephant in the room. That you've said this stuff, and you keep making it seem like, oh, well, he just needs to prove himself. Oh, he needs to do this and that. You also need some work. So he's allowed to, of course, to see his daughter while you're away. He's not getting any of your money from the Real. CJ clearly hasn't changed as far as his relationship with you, because he's more focused on the money aspect than on, oh, congratulations, you did this, you did that. And that's fine, because you don't have a real relationship anymore. So now there's this campfire where it's Tom, well, I almost wish that Tommy was here, because I feel like she really will appreciate that. Tammy, Mimi, Sierra, yes, Sierra, because Carly was there, and and Bambi. I'm not laughing at Bambi, I'm just laughing at who goes first. Sierra goes first because Tammy put it together, because she said we all have stuff, we need to throw it in the fire and be done with it. So Sierra tells them a story about how her husband was sleeping around with the assistant, and she remember when she yoked up that she has her wig, she has her lace front, and she threw it in the fire. I said that is a level of petty that I'm okay with, because it was trash what your assistant did. See, I already forgot her name because it might as well have been irrelevant. Carly was crying because here's Carly's real issue. Carly wants a man who's there to love and support her and be there for her, period. That's what she really wants, but she's not putting in the work to do so. Yeah, she can be there in other ways, but she needs to calm down. She needs to calm down. She needs to stop being the crazy Carly and just be the mother, the businesswoman, and fun. We don't need the side of crazy. Most men, that's fun in the beginning, but once they realize they have to deal with that on a 24-hour basis, then they're gonna go. They don't want those type of complications. And Mimi, she has, I guess, all the stuff kind of related to Jocelyn and Stevie J. She throws in the fire because her issues are more so with Jocelyn and the mess that Jocelyn put her through. Well, actually, Nico. Believe it or not, she more so focused on Nico, the sex tape, and that whole little arc and era. Clearly didn't go the way that she thought it would, the decisions that she was making because of some guy was showing her attention and affection she really wanted at that time. So she's done with that. Bambi, her relationship with Scrappy is pretty much done and over with. So that's her thing. Tammy, the mess that she had to deal with in the past with with Waka and also Jocelyn, with everyone, just putting the past behind her. Rashida puts a diamond pendant that Kurt gave her when he did his apology tour like 2 seasons ago or so. Yes, we all remember that. I said, now, mind you, when she threw that in there, even though everyone was like, yay, throw away something that Kurt gave you, but they also had that look of, but that's nice. You could have like sold that. I'm sure it's not just gonna burn. I mean, that's the thing. If it's really a diamond, it's not just gonna burn. So what are you like? So where is it? What's that really? I'm sure someone took that out of the fire. I'm sure they're like, now, girl, you need to go and get that out of the fire. I am sure someone did that. 150%. 150%. Jocelyn has to sit down with Carly Reid and Melissa, and Jessica Diamond's there as well. It instantly goes bad because as soon as Carly says, well, you know, I was your friend, I had your back, and you were the one that was constantly doing stuff. Because remember, Jocelyn, she wasn't, at least before, easy to be friends with. And Jocelyn's like, wait a minute. The mouth of the South, the one who's really causing all the drama and the problems, you're the one that's trying to go and blame me on stuff, blame stuff and put stuff on me right now. You messy bee. You always been a messy bee and you'll ever be a messy bee. I did this for you and that for you and do anything for me. I said, Joseline, where's this coming from? Because it was like all of the negative energy that Joseline had right before she got pregnant, it came back out. And so then now Carly's talking about, well, you and CDJ, I was the one that told you about CDJ and him creeping and doing all this mess. And you were upset with me. You're upset at me because I was just the one telling you the truth. Excuse me, how are you going to go and do something like that to me? Someone who was really your friend, someone who was... And I agreed, like I said before, Carly was truly Joseline's friend. Joseline could never really see that because she just saw Carly as messy, period. And so... that's why she reacted the way that she did, which was unfair and it was wrong. And I felt bad because Carly had to get up and say, excuse me, I'm not going to go and take this for someone who's supposed to say that she changed. And you were the main one that had to go and defend. And people say now I'm crazy and stupid for doing so. And now again, I give you another chance. This is what happens. So that's it. Please like, comment, subscribe. Come big, come big, come big.